Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Got some more NBA player props for y'all here today on PrizePicks. Today is April 14th, and we are on the last and final day of the play-in tournament. It's a really good basketball lately. Hoping to keep that going tonight. Got 4 plays for y'all here today. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, just one from each of the competing teams. So 1 play from each team. Quick recap from April 12th. 2 days ago was our last set of games. We went Nikola Vucevic. We went 2 for 4, gave out 4 picks, went 2 for 4. So we went Vooch over his PRA, and we hit that. Shea over his field goals attempted, hit that. Brandon Ingram over his 50 fantasy score. He just fell short with 46.5. And then we went OG Anunoby over his 27.5 fantasy score. He finished with 27.3, so we were 0.2 away, which sucks because he actually did have it cleared in the fourth quarter, and then he turned the ball over one time, dropped him back under, and then didn't do anything for the rest of the game. So, tough break. But ultimately, we went two for 4. So that brings us to 6-2 now on since the play-in tournament. We are since the last couple games. 6-2. Anyways, on to today's board, guys. If y'all are new to PrizePicks, use this promo code right here to get yourself signed up down below. Get that first deposit instantly matched up to $100. And don't forget, today is Flex Friday. Your first Flex play posted after 10:30 a.m. Eastern time will be refunded up to $20. So absolutely take advantage of that. Should be some really good basketball today. So I got 2 games. And first game we got is Chicago-Miami. That's will be the first one we look at. 208.5 over-under. Miami by 5.5. And the first play we're going to give out here, we will go over to, we'll start with the Bulls side of the ball, and we're going to go right here on the front page. Mr. DeMar DeRozan, 22 points. Going to take the over here. So when he if we look at his game log, he barely got there against Toronto, but he had a pretty bad game. He only shot like 10 for 19. But anytime he plays over 35 minutes, which he absolutely should tonight, should be a real competitive game. Slow-paced game, that should be noted. It should be a slow-paced game, but very competitive. When he plays over 35 minutes, he hits this or better 6 of 9 times. Since he's been with Chicago, which is November of 2021, he's played Miami 6 times, and he goes over this number 5 of 6 times against Miami since being with Chicago. So he loves playing against these guys. He finds a really good matchup within it. Like I said, against the Raptors, he just barely put up 23 the other night, but he shot 52%, which is typical for him to shoot right around the 50s. But against the Heat this year, against Miami, he's played them 3 times, and he shoots 66%, 64%, and 63%. So like I said, that 50% shooting game against Toronto is typical, but he does not play his typical basketball against Miami for whatever reason it is. He shoots 60+% against these guys. So I think this is a really good spot. I think he's going to take advantage of this number right here, 22. And I like the push. If it goes to 22.5, I won't touch it. But for now, we get it at 22. I love it. I'm going over this the first pick. Second, we will go to the other side of the ball with Miami. And we're going to look at Bam. We're going to look at his rebounds here. And we're going to take the over. So if we take a look at his last 5, this, doesn't look too big. He pushes once, goes over once. This is already dropped from 9.5 because the books have it on the under. But when he plays over 35 minutes, which again he should, he hits this 5 of his last 6 games. So the last 6 times he plays 35 minutes, he's going to hit this 5 times. I mean, that's what he does. He's a rebounder. He's going to score as well, but he's a rebounder out there. He's the big man. And the more minutes he plays, man, you can expect him to do his thing down low and swallow the ball in. So 5 of 6 on those. He's averaging 9.6 per game when he does play over 35 minutes, so almost 10 rebounds a game, so that looks good there. And like I said, this number, the DK has it on the under, and they dropped it to 9 just out of respect for the matchup because the Bulls don't cough up a whole lot of rebounds to the center. But, I still like it. right here at the over 9 rebounds. So that'll be the second one. And then next game is going to be OKC, Minnesota. This game should be a little quicker pace than this one. 228.5 over under, Minnesota by 5.5. I'm really hoping this game stays competitive and Minnesota does not run away with it, which they shouldn't. OKC played a pretty good game the other night. So hopefully this stays competitive. First pick on this one is going to be Lou Dortz. And, sorry guys. Okay, there he is. We're going to take the over on his 21.5 PRA right here. I love this. This is by far my favorite play out of all these plays. But I love the over right here. He's going to go over this 4 of his last 5. And like you see, against New Orleans, he absolutely killed it. New Orleans played really, really well against Shea, especially in the second half when they started doubling him and even tripling him sometimes if he would act like he was going to cut to the basket. They absolutely shut him down, and Dort really showed up to play that game. Ever since the play-in tournament started, man, he's been on top of it. Against Utah, this one time that he goes under, he only played 19 minutes, so we don't really even look at that. But when he plays over 30 minutes, he's going to hit this number 10 of 11 times. 10 out of 11 the last 11 times he sees 30 minutes or more, which absolutely should happen. I don't see why it wouldn't. And so that's going to be that pick right there. We're going to take the over on Lou Dort. And now we're going to go flip side of the ball. And we're going to look at Cat. And we're going to check out his 23.5 points. So a couple things on this one. He hits this one, his last 2 in a row against LA, against New Orleans. And since his injury, since he's been back from injury, he's played 3 35-plus minute games, and he hits this 2 of those 3. So as long as he gets his minutes, there's not that much of a selection to pick from there. He's only played 3 games over 35 minutes, but he's well on track to have pretty good odds here as long as he sees his minutes. He's been scoring. Now the rebounds is different because Rudy Gobert should be back tonight, so I didn't want to touch his rebounds. Or his fantasy score or anything like that. But Rudy Gobert is not really a scorer. If anything, if Rudy Gobert does play, that should help Cat with his points because Rudy Gobert is going to get the ball back in possession of Minnesota, which, that's all we want. We just want possessions. The more possessions, the more likely we are to get the ball in Cat's hands, the more likely he is to score. So even if Gobert does play, I actually like this just as much, if not even a little more. So that's going to be that. And that is all 4 picks right there. Quick recap. Let's go. DeMar DeRozan over 22 points. Out of this game, out of Chicago, Miami, DeMar is going to be my favorite play here. Like I said, I just want to give y'all more of a selection to pick from. That's why I've been doing this, one of each team through the play-ins and hopefully throughout all the playoffs. We'll see, though. DeMar DeRozan over 22 points. Bam over his 9 rebounds. And then for this game, I love the Lou Dort play the most. We're going to go Lou Dort over his 21.5 PRA. Karl Anthony Towns over his 23.5 points. Guys, let me know what y'all think about these plays. If any of this helps y'all out, sub to the channel, slap a like, drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about these plays. And like I said, hey, we're on a 6-2 run. Let's look to extend that, hopefully to 10-2. If we can get lucky enough, we'll run up to 10-2. But like I said, sub to the channel, slap the like. Let me know what you guys think. Later.